Hi guys, great digital lifestyle here. Some good news coming out of the WEF, World Economic Forum. Cryptocurrency regulation is changing. Here's what you need to know. So they're actually outlining policies should act quickly to gather macroeconomic impact data to inform the decisions of regulatory frameworks and create standards that are custom made for cryptocurrencies and stablecoins. Countries should collaborate to avoid regulatory arbitrage and promote a globally coordinated set of standards. Policymakers should also work with businesses and technology communities to understand the possible economic impacts that certain regulatory models will create. This is good news. They also go and say here that slow-moving regulatory decisions making for cryptocurrency not economically favorable. New World Economic Forum study finds. I'm going to put both these links in, and these both come out on the same day, both from the World Economic Forum. This is important. People need to be aware of this and understand where they're coming from in terms of what they want to do, how they see cryptocurrencies. There is a PDF download, and you guys can go read it for yourselves because, I think you guys need to see and understand. I mean, I can go through a little bit, but I will start here. The scale of usage and domestic and international impact of crypto assets varies across jurisdictions, but there has indisputably been a rapid growth in adoption. As this trend continues, even amid high volatility, various international financial governing bodies have highlighted the emerging risk of global financial stability with potential macroeconomic impacts. There is a need for a timely, precautionary evaluation of the possible macroeconomic impacts of cryptocurrencies and stablecoins, corresponding policy responses. In the absence of high certainty macroeconomic models that project the impact of cryptocurrencies and stablecoins, this white paper seeks to forecast the potential effects based on qualitative assessments from global macroeconomic economists, I think that's the way you say it, and credible literature in this space. The Digital Currency Governance and Custodian DCG community, comprising of a multi-sector set of more than 85 leading organization countries to discuss the potential solutions and regulatory path for the future to enable the continued encouragement of the responsible rollout of adoption of digital currencies. We will be publishing the DCGCS second phase of work in 2 releases. 1, the macroeconomic impact of cryptocurrencies and stablecoins. 2, the regulatory based practices for cryptocurrencies and stablecoins, to be published later this year. So this is all happening. They are moving forward, whether you like it or not. Yes, we may get CBDCs, we're going to get stablecoins for sure. This leads me into where Britain's now kicking it off. They're going for, let's kick off that. Britain kicks off post-Brexit transformation of finance. The European flag there, yeah. UK seeks to preserve London's financial standing after Brexit. Regulators to focus on competitive, not just stability. Capital rules for insurers to be relaxed to boost investment. And this is by the Zine Zahawi. Pauses plan for more government oversight of regulators. So this happened on 2 days ago. 19th of July. Browters, British financial regulators will have to promote a global competitiveness of the country's financial sector through a plan of more government oversight of their work has been put on hold for now, Finance Minister Nadine Zahawi said on Tuesday. Zahawi confirmed that long-awaited Financial Services and Markets Bill would be introduced before Parliament on Wednesday to capitalise on the benefits of Brexit and transform the UK's financial services sector. So we're moving into a global digital age. Bankers have been calling for speedy reforms to bolster London's attractiveness as a global centre of finance after Britain's departure from the European Union. Amsterdam has already overtaken London as a European stock-share trading centre, promoting Britain to ease listing rules as it tries to persuade chip designer ARM to have a London listing. So how we said the bill will include cutting excessive capital buffers at insurers to invest in infrastructure would unlock tens of billions of pounds a step which pits against more cautious Bank of England. I don't know what's going to happen with that lot. They're already kind of like dodgy anyway, aren't they, really? Half of them. Is less regulation better, or better regulations that are one for the digital era and don't infringe on other people, or don't infringe and don't make other people worse off as a result, because it should be a level playing field in my view. And it's always with, I think this whole thing with this new possible government coming in September. If we get Richie Sunak, I don't know what's going to happen with that. He's very much he likes the digital side of things. He's very much crypto focused, I believe, and understands it. Is the other one, Liz Truss, is she up for that? Is she going to be the one that does the wrong thing when it comes to this, or go against what he's decided to do? I don't know who to choose, and I wouldn't want to choose any of them anyway. Not being funny, but that's not my bag. I just want true and honest regulation to come into this space. That's what I want. And I think everybody else wants that as well. We need that, because like we're seeing from the WF, they want regulation. They're saying that it's slow. Consumers will remain protected with legal rights. So they are talking about the bill will crack down on financial scams, ensuring vulnerable people and rural areas have access to cash, and introduce rules of using stablecoins, a type of crypto asset, for payment. Consumers will remain protected with legislation ensuring that victims of scams can be compensated, while also acting to protect access to cash for millions of people that rely on it. Bizarrely told guests at the City of London annual Mansion House dinner in a historic financial district. So we are moving forward, guys, and this is important for me. The bill will crack down on financial scams and ensuring vulnerable people and rural areas have access to cash, and introduce rules for using stablecoins, a type of crypto asset. Now, I don't know what's going to happen with the other ones. I understand as well. With America, they are actually rolling out stablecoin rules. That they've said that, I think, yesterday. They want to do it before the end of the year. So, they're all moving forward with stablecoins. I don't know which stablecoins are going to be in the framework. I understand USDC is more likely to tether. I ain't too sure of, because of what it's done in the past and how it's depegged from Terra Classic and all that debacle. Whether it can then become much more of a pegged one with USDC. I'm hoping it does go with USDC if they get Luna Classic back up and running, the DeFi protocol. That is another thing that needs to be discussed as well. Terra Classic is moving forward. There are lots of things happening with that protocol. So yeah, things are looking forward in other directions, but more importantly, we need regulations, and we need them now. And that leads me to this part here. Slow regulatory decision making for cryptocurrency is not economically favourable. New World Economic Forum study finds. Now I'm going to post all of these here in the description. You guys can read all of this at your leisure. Because I think it's important that you guys understand what's going on and see it for yourself. Okay, so that's the end of the video. I'm glad I got one out earlier today, because it's not too hot today, but it's all good. Right, I will do something that IMF experts explain urgent need for comprehensive global laws around cryptocurrencies, so that even they are talking about it. So we're getting somewhere with regards to crypto. Sorry, this sounds a bit muddled up all over the place at the moment, but we're getting somewhere with cryptocurrency regulations. The criteria is, I will post all these links, and this is from the WEF again. We do need these regulations. We do need this. We do need people to stop being scammed. And I will say this again: don't get scammed. Get regulated. Stop going for these horrible 1%, 2% businesses that keep on promising you earth and deliver you nothing. Also, as well, don't pay any attention to people writing about how much they earn on a daily basis, or how much would they earn in 7-10 days, or whatever it is, in the comments or whatever. They are scams. Take your crypto off exchanges, stick them in a wallet, or a decent wallet, or a Ledger, or a MetaMask, or something that you can trust on your phone. You have to have the keys, not your crypto. And I'll keep saying this, and I hope I understand other YouTubers are saying the same thing. And I think it's right that people do tell people, you need to be safe in this space. People want your crypto. Today, some guy, on Telegram asking me to sell my XDC. Not being funny, but the way they want to do these things is they will ask you to send you the XDC, and then they will say, oh well, we'll follow with the bank account, but you'll never see that money. You will never see that. So why would you do that? Once you've given over your crypto, that's it. It's gone. There's no tracking it back. You can track it back to the person, but you can't get it back because you've given up. You've given that crypto away. You've given it. There was no contract to say, okay, I will send you my XDC. You put the money in my bank, and then I'll release the XDC. No, there's nothing like that. They want to take your XDC or whatever other crypto that they deem fit that they want, and they will then tell you to send it to them, but they will not send you the money. Don't do things like that. Don't get scammed. Get regulated. Stay safe, guys. Really and honestly, stay safe. And to finish this off, John T. Deaton was on Fox News, and they actually talked a bit about the XRP case. I'm going to play the full video so you guys get to hear it. It's up to you whether you want to listen to it or not, but you know what? Here it is. Anyway, you guys take care, and yeah, this will be it, hopefully.
Well, there are sure signs that the crypto winter may be thawing, as prices have kind of been on a tear over the past week. Now, Bitcoin earlier today breached the $24,000 ceiling. Right now, it's just slightly below that. It's getting a 0.5% gain here. We're at 23,594. It's seen gains of about 20% over the past 7 days. Ether was higher earlier. Right now, it is slightly down 1.25%. But Ether's had even bigger gains on the week, up 44%. And take a look at XRP. Now, it too was higher earlier. It's down about 1.5% at the moment, but it has seen year to date a problem, more than 55%. But all that could change on the outcome of one highly publicized court case between the SEC and crypto company Ripple. Lawyer John Deaton is very much a part of that case. He's been there since the start, representing 68,000 retail investors that hold XRP. He joins us now with Charlie Gasparino. Charlie, take it away.
John, obviously the case, if you look at some of the motions, is going in your favor, going in the favor of Ripple. It seems like the judge is siding with them on motions for discovery, on document requests, including Bill Hinman, that former SEC chairman's notes involving his speech that Ripple says is a big part of their case. And you've been right there all along since the beginning as amicus curiae. And now, from what we understand, they want you gone. They're trying to get you off the case. What happened?
Well, Charlie, thank you. And thank you, Liz, for having me back on. It's crazy times. They're reasserting that things that they've already asked to the judge. I made a YouTube video where I did a satirical mock cross-examination of former Chairman Clayton, and I infused scenes from My Cousin Vinny, and I tweeted a few things that were harsh criticism, and they told the judge that I shouldn't be granted amicus status because of that. She rejected those views, granted me amicus status, and lo and behold, now they're arguing that I should be thrown off the case.
Right. Well, just so you know, I'm not saying I agree. I'm not saying I agree with them, but they described you as violent. I know you were a Marine, but you don't look that violent. But they said that you said you wanted. There was one thing where you satirically suggested you would smack Jay Clayton, the former SEC chair, in the face. And there was what was the other one? It was the video of the mock video of Clayton, and also that you mentioned a witness for the SEC. Obviously, these are you were kidding around, right? I mean, just get that off the table.
Yeah, it was a mock cross-examination of Jay Clayton, satirical, exaggerated. For example, Charlie, Liz, I had a time where in the My Cousin Vinny movie, the judge says to Joe Pesci, "Are you on drugs?" And
I remember that.
And I respond to the judge, pretending, "No, Judge, I don't use drugs, but maybe I'll need them soon." They claim that I promoted drug use. They literally argued that nonsense. The judge rejected all of this.
Well, they are losing the case. This is, by the way, Liz threatens to kill me every day. So, and I'm still here, right?
I'm doing something wrong, John. I don't know. You got to help.
The poison's not working. Whatever's going on. But what are the next steps in this case? I mean, we've been going around and around. It obviously has huge implications. If Ripple wins, and they can say they're not a registered security. They're not
they are
a crypto.
A crypto.
If they win,
yes.
that basically is going to curtail the SEC's regulation efforts. And it looks like they're moving in that direction, at least based on the judge's motions. What's the next step here?
Well, the next step right now, there's that Daubert motion, which is just challenging expert witnesses, and briefing next month is due for summary judgments. That's where each side tries to get a complete victory. The judge decides one way or the other, or she might decide that a jury has to issue certain factors. But you're right, Charlie, a lot is at stake because the SEC has come out and argued that the token itself, not just the way Ripple sells it, but that if anyone in the United States sells XRP, they're violating Section 5. So if the SEC were to get its way, then and deem XRP as security, the token itself, then every altcoin on the market, including Ethereum, would be in play for the SEC to get their hands on the this asset class.
I know, that's what I'm saying. This has huge ramifications. Brad Sherman told Ellie Terrett, my producer today, that he thinks that the SEC is going to win easy. He thinks that the investigation should expand, not just to this one aspect with Ripple, to any like coin wallet or any sort of aspect of crypto that was trading the XRP or trades it. What do you think about that?
Well, I think that Congressman Sherman, along with Chairman Gensler, wouldn't know security if it bit him in the butt, to be honest with you. They keep saying that
you're going to get in trouble for saying that, by the way. That's violent.
Well, I know. I said but. So they're going to tweet that. Hey, think about this, Charlie. There is taxpayer dollars are being spent for someone to shadow everything I do and read every tweet I make. And if I may say for you and Liz, I want to quote someone very important who said, quote, "The SEC's litigation tactics suggest that the SEC is adopting its legal positions to further its desired goal and not out of the faithful allegiance of the law." Charlie, Liz, you know who said that? That's not a John Deaton tweet. That's Judge Sarah Netburn saying it.
Well, Liz has a question for you.
John, my question involves, obviously, XRP has continued, well, let's say Ripple has continued to forge ahead. In fact, they've got a pretty decent overseas business, don't they now? So they're legit overseas. Is there any way to somehow split the difference? I mean, if the SEC suddenly says, you guys are a security and not a currency, and that becomes a disaster here in the U.S., can they still continue to do business and make profits overseas?
Oh, absolutely. 95% of what Brad Garlinghouse said of XRP sales are outside the United States. And Liz, that's a great question because there's an easy win for everyone in this case. The SEC could reach a settlement with Ripple and say that early sales, when the ecosystem was at its infancy, that those sales constituted a security, that today's XRP, it's been deemed a non-security in Singapore, Switzerland, United Arab Emirates, and many other jurisdictions. It's only in the United States being held up.
And then
they'll survive.
let me just ask this, John, sort of broadening the discussion here. We were higher for most of the big name cryptos, but then there was a headline that hit earlier, just a couple of hours ago, that Peter Thiel-backed crypto company had gone bankrupt. So now you've got Celsius. You've got this one, and it makes you wonder if the SEC looks at this and is painting everybody with the same ugly brush.
Well, they are, but there are, and let me make it clear, there are pump and dump schemes, there are fraud that's going on in any industry, including the crypto industry. But what you have is a few of these players who are using highly leveraged strategies, and the house of cards are falling. But you cannot paint an entire industry with a broad brush. Liz, I went on record to say I believe Gary Gensler is going to sue an exchange, whether it's Coinbase or Binance or another exchange in the United States by the end of the year.
Okay.
And what's your timetable for when they decide your fate on this thing?
Well, the judge, I have until Monday to give my response to the SEC asking that I be thrown out of the case and the amicus status to be revoked. I'll answer that on Monday, and then hopefully the judge within a week will give a decision.
That's great. All right, we got to end it there, John. Thank you.
John, thank you so much. And Charlie, thank you.
Right, so you heard it there. Right, hope you guys get the picture here. The SEC are likely to be in trouble. Most likely are in trouble. You saw the news yesterday coming out from Tom Emma, blah, 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 and all that kind of stuff, that a new day. So the pressure is ramping up on the SEC. We're going to see change, all right? So hold the faith. Hold your crypto. Don't get scammed. Get regulated. That's all I want for everybody in this space. Stay safe. Don't get scammed. All right. Take care. Over and out.